my snow angels, this is Snow. So about a month ago, I started like a story time, and it was about how I ran into a TXT fan sign by accident pre-pandemic. I thought I would share another story, this one like a little more personal and a little bit more relevant, and that is about how I started writing music and how I started having the dream of becoming a singer, which I'm still trying to pursue to this day, and I'm not going to give up until it happens. And then I'm just going to keep going because it's what I love more than anything in the world. To tell this story, I'm going to go way back to the beginning. When I was a kid, I was very, very shy. I really am not now, but yeah, I was shy up until I turned 11, which is where this story really began. But in my early years, I was singing before I was talking. I didn't really talk until I was 5, but I was singing. And yeah, my family is very creative and very musical. We all did choir, and most of them did musicals, and most of them did dance too. But I was more of the singer route than the other things. Though the other things I want to do now, really bad. So yeah, and I grew up on Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Britney Spears because I'm a 90s kid. But I was really shy, and so when I was 11, I was in 6th grade, and we were actually the last 6th grade to be in middle school because the year after that, they just kept 6th grade in elementary school, and then 7th and 8th were in middle school. So we were the fresh meat 2 years in a row. So being a really shy kid in middle school where there's suddenly a lot of kids, I was kind of a loner for most of the year. And it was a really depressing time for me. But that all changed when my best friend, we've been friends since we were 6 years old, but we really became best friends when we were 11 because of this. So one day she noticed that I was alone, and she's like, hey, come and eat lunch with us. And through her, I met my other best friend growing up. We don't really talk much now, but it's, people move on with their lives and you come and go, and she's married and has a family now and has different priorities, which I'm happy for her, but yeah, we just lost touch. But the running joke with her was we look a lot alike, and we both, like to sing and do art and are really creative. So people would call us twins all the time, even though we're not related at all. And then we also have similar personalities. So it was through meeting her, my twin, that I stopped being shy. She kind of brought out my true self. So yeah, I became more outgoing, more bubbly, more hyper. We were very hyper. But also through her, I developed a love for alternative rock. We listened to a lot of Panic at the Disco was huge at that time. This was 2006. Paramore the next year really popped off. Fall Out Boy, All American Rejects, all those classics. I don't really listen to a lot of alt rock now because I kind of moved on past that, but it's definitely a huge part of my musical journey. Yeah, so we would listen to a lot of bands like that. And the really cool thing about, I'll just call her my twin, because I don't want to disclose names to protect the privacy of these people. So yeah, the cool thing about my twin is that she would write her own songs, and she had a really good voice and was really good at the guitar. I used to take piano lessons when I was a kid, but I wanted to learn guitar because of her. I wanted to be just like her. Yeah. Anyway, so we formed a band and we called it the Shaggy Dogs. But then that same year, the movie The Shaggy Dogs with Tim Allen came out, so we decided to change the name. And we only had one band practice. And then she moved the next year, but we still kept in touch. But that was when I started writing music. And yeah, I wrote my first song. It was really bad. But I was 11, and you got to start somewhere. With lyrics, it's really a process. You really just have to write a lot of songs before they start getting good lyrically. And I feel like that's how it is with most things. You can have natural talent, but I think it's more important to have the work ethic. And if you have natural talent and the work ethic, you're solid. But then it's luck and opportunity, which is really hard. So it was like starting when I was 11, and like I started having the dream of becoming a singer and touring the country and performing live shows. But I was from Idaho and really hard to get opportunities. But I kept writing music. I kept writing lyrics all the time. And then, like, especially in high school, I ended up filling up like about 3 notebooks full of lyrics. I had a crush on a boy for 3 years in high school. So I would just be like writing secret love songs in my notebooks all the time during class instead of paying attention. Now I write songs in my like notes app on my phone, and I just keep them in there, and then like I store them in like little folders for like albums and EPs, and I keep like all organized and cohesive. But yeah, I like started writing songs about my crush, and then when I stopped, started writing songs about how done I was with high school and with the boy. Pretty angsty my senior year. And then yeah, with my senior year, we started doing senior projects, and like we had to like pick something, and then we had to choose a mentor, and we had to spend about 10 hours, and then we needed to have like some sort of product coming out of it, and then we would have to do a presentation in front of a homeroom class. We called it advisory, and it's like not like homeroom in Korea. Like homeroom in Korea, it's like they meet there every day. No, advisory is like we'd meet like randomly throughout the school year, and it was usually to prepare for this project. So we were supposed to spend 10 hours. I probably spent about 100 because I decided to record 2 songs. So yeah, I was 17, and one of my best friends at the time, a different best friend, her mom actually created like a recording studio in their house, and so I chose her as my mentor. But their neighbors actually had a better studio, so I recorded there. So I recorded 2 songs, but like I spent probably around 100 hours on the project total, like including like research paper and preparing for the presentation, but like also because I just could not stop writing lyrics. And yeah, I'm gonna attach some photos of like that experience, and you can see fetus snow in here. So yeah, here. So that was like pretty much where it started, and then throughout college, I would start making piano parts to my songs, and started using the Notes app. And then moving here to Korea, I finally could afford like some equipment to start doing it myself. And now like what more inspires me, like inspires my music, is like I dream pretty lucidly, and they're really cool. So I keep dream diaries, and they kind of inspire most of my songs. But I also take a lot of walks to unwind, and like whenever I feel anxious, I'll like listen to some music and then go take a walk, and lyrics will just pop in my head, and sometimes like they like stay like marinated in my head for a few weeks before I write them down, because it's like I'm just waiting for it to come to me. I'm very chill when it comes to writing lyrics now. I just wait for what I call the muse. So like yeah, for the muse to strike, and like lyrics will usually come into my head. Now I have an added challenge. I'm trying to write in Korean. So yeah, usually it's just around like a concept I want to convey, or like a dream or something. And I write them down in my notes app. And then I can usually hear the melody in the words. And so then I will just record my voice on a voice note, and then I will go into my program and start composing until I finish. I'm not very good at production. When I did my EP last year, I reached out to a producer and emailed him my stuff, and then he did all the mixing and the mastering, and I paid him. Because production is not my strong point. My strong point is my lyric writing because I've been doing it since I was 11 years old. There you have it. Like, that's my story. And so now it's just, I'm working on my album. It's taken a while, but like I wrote the lyrics like a long time ago, and it's just finding the time to do it, and it's composing. That's the hard part. And yeah, putting it all together. But I love writing music so much. It brings me so much joy. And yeah, it's definitely hard to go for this dream since like so many people want to be a singer and they want to be famous. And I've been working on it since I was 11 years old, and I'm turning 27 in a few weeks. So it's taking me a long time, but I'm not going to give up. And it's part of the reason why I'm moving to Seoul, because I need to find the right connections, because the goal is to get signed and to release my album officially, because I want as many people to hear it as possible. It's so important to me, and I think it'll be really helpful to you guys, to my snow angels. Yeah, anyway, that's my story. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was something that was inspiring, or that you learned something from it. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. I usually make covers, and I like play instruments sometimes, and I like to dance. I've been teaching myself. I'm not the best, but I'm working hard at it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't yet, please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a snow angel today. Don't be a snow devil. I'll be back soon with another video. Well, bye!